What's up, dudes and dudettes? Give me just a second. As per usual, today we're doing another KSP in real life stream, which also means real cameras, if I can pop it over, which I'll be there in just a minute. You just had a solid tennis practice? Nice. Don't need to be looking at that, but I'm glad to see that I'm making money. Did the stream? I got a freaking notification. I'll take it. Sweet. Alright. Today we tackle some more stuff. It's been pretty good, Clown. How about yourself? Before I get this stream fully started, I am gonna grind up a little bit of weed. Let's see how. I'm running low. Oh no, I've only got like maybe 4 grams left or something like that, which isn't bad, but still 4 grams isn't gonna last long. Grab the small bud out of here. Sweet. But today we're gonna do some parts assembly, see how things are going so far with the printing and all of that. I would have a print cam up in the top right, but for some reason my computer is refusing to use the HP webcam anymore. Like, even after reinstalling the drivers and everything else, it just refuses to use it. And I thought it might be, you know, that I have it on a 20-foot USB extension, so I plugged it in directly, and the thing still doesn't work. So I don't know what the heck's going on there. Hope I didn't destroy the crappy webcam, but it's fine. We still have our normal one. I'm gonna turn down my audio a little bit. Seems like my music's a little loud. Sweet. Hell yeah. Alright, so I got some weed ground up. And let's get this stream started properly. Smoking a bowl, as per usual. Be right back. Nice. Well, I do believe that works for me. Now, I have a brand new program started, as you can tell, and I also have a little bit of code that I wrote before on Arduino, and this is for an Ethernet, good job, an Ethernet client that I was basically making check a web server, see if it was profitable to mine Bitcoin or not. And if it wasn't profitable, it would turn off my network so that the Bitcoin miners would idle out, which was great for the old S4s and S2s and stuff like that. Can't really do that anymore, but it worked perfectly at the time. I was thinking today I'm going to start getting some of this code rememorized, figure out how the hell to write my own code again, and also do a little bit of building today. How's it going, everyone? Coding KOS scripts? No, actually, Cosmonaut. Today I am doing in real life stuff. And before I mention too much more, let's do it. Alright, hopefully the camera's not too bad. Let me also move over the chat so that I can actually see it. I hope this doesn't break anything. It did not. Sweet. Then I will keep this maybe right here. Hell yeah, I have to move some stuff over so that I can actually see it while I'm on the floor. And now I'm moving my microphone, so if you hear any weird sounds, that's it. Give me just a moment. Sweet. Be right back, I have to run around my couch. Hello everybody. So the saturation's a little weird. I may either look orange, bronze, really crimson red, or albino white. Who knows? This camera is really strange. I'm at the, right now, kind of in the midpoint between albino and crimson. I had a sunburn a couple of days ago and it's going away. Alright, so before I get into too much of this stuff, first things first. This is our outer shell. I've shown this off multiple times before. This is what we're going to make the entire 6-foot rocket out of. This is actually 2 pieces. You can kind of see the seam there. It's strong. It is very strong, and it's very light, too. So we're good with that. Now, onto stuff you may or may not have seen. Bam! Now this is our bottom leg assembly, and I'll try to get it close so you can all see. Ooh, that auto exposure is weird. But this is actually 3 different pieces that have been glued together, and it looks amazing. So that's the first thing I wanted to show you. Then we have our landing legs. Now these will be connecting right here, and they'll be able to actually be like that. We have 4 of them printed, as lovely as that is. I'll just start throwing parts out here, because we're going to have a lot of them. In real life, actual real life rockets, not modeled to RSS. Now you understand. Indeed, cosmonaut. Indeed, real life rockets. These are our compression pieces. We'll start building this, and I'll actually show you how it all works. These are 8 different compression pieces. Our top leg pieces, which we have 4 of, these I just finished gluing last night. They're actually 2 pieces with a rod in the center of them that runs through, and I have it used Gorilla Glue to glue them all together, because it's cheaper than PVC glue. Now, for our compression pieces, we obviously need something for them to compress into. So, if you can see this, this is a little bit of a piston that I'll eventually put a spring in here so it will compress. We have 8 of those. Just toss all those in there. We have our inner leg pieces, which really aren't that fancy. They just have 2 holes in each side, and yeah. We have 4 of those. And finally, our 4 inner bracket pieces, which are pretty damn good. Why, thank you, Clown. I really do appreciate it. I've been printing these things non-stop for almost a month. Let's get into it. So, everybody's kind of going to be aware of how this thing's going to look. This is going to go inside there. It's going to look like so, and the rocket's going to be about 6 feet tall. However, we really haven't seen what the legs look like assembled, or if they work. I did do a little bit of testing last night. It's okay. What's up, Toby? Welcome to the stream. Alright. These are nuts and bolts. They're just conventional nuts and bolts. In fact, I don't have one bolt that I need, so we're gonna have to skimp out on that, but it's okay. We're just doing this for testing purposes only. Let's see, what else do I have? I think that's it. I have zip ties, but they're probably not going to be that important. Let's start assembling this thing. Let me try to get the microphone at least a little bit more in front of me. I apologize. Yeah, it's a chair that it's sitting on, by the way. Gotta love... Oops. Make sure that's not really matters, but... Gotta love my microphone stand, right? Cheapo box. Let's start this. So, we're probably not going to build this whole thing, but we'll build at least one leg, and I'll kind of show and demonstrate how it's supposed to work, because we do have a slight little variance on the SpaceX stuff. Get these 3 going, get all but 2 of these going, all but 1 of those going, that going, and over here like so. Now, these are the parts so far. We're still missing a piston, but these are the parts so far for a single landing leg. Let's start building it, shall we? Holy saturation today. Believe it or not, that's the saturation that I kind of have to force it to get into, because this wood is not... Yeah, I know, it keeps adjusting every time I move. This wood right here is not bright bleached white, which for some reason this lovely webcam always makes it. So I have to force saturation really high, which either turns me into a red crazy person, bronze god, or some weird in-between. So who knows? We'll deal with that. Grab some of these bolts and let's start connecting this up. You can see it in my lap. Indeed you can. So there are actually two different joints on this, and this one connects to the bottom, as lovely as that is. I do need to get new bolts because these are a little bit too long, but for testing purposes only, these should work today. Hopefully I can do this without too much fighting, because that'd be a little awkward to have to fight my craft here. I did this yesterday too and it worked, so it'd be really obnoxious if magically it doesn't. Okay. For some reason one of these is really tight and the other is not. I've not quite figured that out yet. Like I said, the bolts aren't going to be here permanently. These are just for testing purposes only. I feel like I'm not in the middle of the frame. Ugh. There we go. A little bit better. Move up, please. Thank you. Now this also won't be tightened all the way because I'm just going to be hand tightening them. Enough to where this thing won't pull out and I can do things like that with it. And it seems to work just fine. Cool. If we have fixed joints, I can actually show you how this thing will operate. Now, this right here. Ooh, I just so happen to have the right ones. You'll notice, if it will go in, these are slightly hacked away at. I have both hacked on these sides and these sides because these pieces are not exactly correct. Grab some more bolts, grab some more nuts. Nope. Keep feeling like they're running away from me. You've been trying to grab something at 46 kilobytes per second for the last 4 hours? That's excruciating. I know the feeling. Alright, so let's get these little thingies run on through. Like so. For testing purposes only. We'll also use like thread lock and everything else when we have a final assembly, but this is kind of like the mock-up to see if this will even work. Sweet. So this is why I have this one hacked up. You can see that this one, it's a little glitchy right there. It has a little bit of a hang-up, but generally speaking, it can do whatever it wants. This other one, where is it in my lap? Uh-oh. It is indeed in my lap, this one. Start groping myself up, looks like on camera. Ban from Twitch. It's like, I just scratched my nuts, I swear. Alright, let's go up here. What a pain in the butt for me to get my hand up in here. I have piano fingers, but I don't have freaking putty fingers. There we go. Hello there, Casper. Sweet, so now we have both of these, and you'll notice this one, it does, but man does it have a hell of a glitch there. I almost need to round these out and fix their models, but we'll see if they even need that much movement, because theoretically they shouldn't. Grab another one of these lovelies. Grab our little bracket right here and put it on the bottom. Put this on through. Cool watch. Why, thank you very much, Clown. This watch is actually a S3 Frontier. It's a smartwatch. I love the thing. Whoop. It's literally just as powerful as my phone. It has a well, I say it's just as powerful. It has a quad-core, I believe, 1.8 gigahertz processor with like 4 gigabytes of RAM in a watch. I saw that and it just made me giggle hysterically. I was like, alright, that's the watch for me right there. Did I have the wrong nut for some reason? I do. I was wondering why that wasn't threading on. Alright, cool. So now we have this one all set up. But yeah, there's nothing fancy about it. It's just a lovely little S3. It works. Alright. These pieces go in here, obviously. But we're not quite ready for them yet. We'll go for the long bracket next. This one is actually the one, of course I grabbed the one that's a little bit warped. I don't know if you can see it there, but it has a little bit of a kink in the center. But if I spin it, you can kind of see it. Oh well. Let's grab something like so. Like so. You're gonna download this from some other time, don't feel like waiting 12 hours. I can understand that. Okay, so the one piece we are missing, and it's a lot of blue, and I apologize for that. I'll see if I can move this into an angle that you can see it. There we go. So these two pieces, from this bracket that moves to this bracket, we are missing a small piston that is supposed to expand whenever this thing gets compressed. That's going to cause this whole leg not to function properly, but that's okay. I actually have to remodel that piece, which we may do today, but I don't know. I have to remodel that piece and print it out. Let's get this leg pulled up, and I have actually a special angle on this. My god, that saturation is a little bit too high. Ugh, it keeps bugging me because it keeps, like, focusing on me, and because I have just the ever slightest sunburn, and I'm not albino today, it's like, oh shit, let's give him a stupid, crazy red. Give me just a moment. You can probably still hear me from afar. Let me click on the lovely camera. Properties. And configure video. Let's edit that. Let's bring this down by like... Sure. That looks a little bit like it's bleaching things out again, but it's okay, we'll deal with it. Let's go back. Little bit of a pain in the butt, but who cares? Time to take a swig of water. Alright. Yeah, see, now it's gonna be weird. Like, it's very strange. I'm either albino, like that. I'm on the surface of the sun. Let me get it to focus. I am almost normal / a bronze god, which is awesome. I wish I had that color all the time. Back to albino in the surface of the sun. Can I get like a halfway point? Nope. I just need to lock it. It's fine. It's just a crappy camera. We'll only be on this camera for maybe 20-30 minutes. Ugh. I already had the bolt pulled out. I did indeed. Let's connect this in. So, like I was trying to show you, there is a slight angle to this end piece here, so that it can actually move more. I have to make sure that's pointing down. So how has everyone's day been today? Sound like somebody's mother. This is where it's gonna get funky, because we don't necessarily have this piston here. Let me get that out of the way. We don't have this piston here. I'm going to have to use some weird fidangling on these bolts. See if I can make this work. I'm gonna have to create a like 1/4 inch spacer with nuts. That seems like it would work. Grab you. Now, assuming no. Thought that would work, but no, it looks like it needs a longer one. Because even if I use this size bolt, I take it back. That would work. I think I'm gonna do that. Grab 2 more of these lovelies. Your day was pretty good. You aced a computer science quiz? That's cool. Got donuts in English? That's even better. And then just had a normal day and went to tennis practice. Cool. Clown, you've had a good day. That's always fun to hear. Where'd that little blue piece go? This booger. Let's put it right here. and try to lock this thing in to a degree. There we go. So now, this actually functions, even though there's a hell of a space there because we're missing, like I said, this piston piece. We'll make it eventually. Alright, now, from there, this would slide on in here, just like so. And then these. You took a Molly face reveal? No. And to each their own, but I would not be one to endorse that. Welcome to the stream, Kush. Ta-da! This bolt is way too big. I don't know why it bugs me, because it literally doesn't matter, but that bolt is way too big. So, without the compression springs and without the extension springs, we're kind of screwed on this thing actually working, but that gives you a good idea of what it's going to look like. So as we land, this thing is actually going to pull down, and these are going to compress in. See if I can get this perfect. So these will compress in, and this will pull down at the same time. It'll start off with this being relatively close, these being pulled out. This will pull down as this compresses in, and we have our full range of movement, which is only about 1 inch to 2 inches, if I'm being honest. It'll be doing something like that. It's only about 1 inch or 2 inches of movement, but that's enough to where I feel this thing's gonna work pretty well. It's just supposed to absorb bounce, basically, so it doesn't smack and with too much brute force break these pieces. It seems really freaking good, so I like this. We will be exploring how useful it is on Monday or Tuesday, because I have the springs, the compression springs, and the whatchamacallit springs, the extension springs right here that are gonna arrive on Monday, I believe. Sunday or Monday, I'm not certain. Installs 1 mod dependent on 30 more? Indeed. That's about everything. You just watch somebody finger plastic. I'm pretty sure there's no orifice in this plastic. You are imagining things, sir. But I really like it. I really do. We technically have 4 more of these to create and put around on legs, but I like it a lot. Sweet. And this is not going to be possible at a certain point because, yeah. Obviously, we're going to have about 2 inches here that it physically won't be able to compress further, and then we're going to have these compression springs pushing it out even further, which will probably bring it up about that high off the ground, which you can't really tell, but that's, I mean, that's significant. That's a good foot off the ground. Well, I say that. It's a good 8 inches, 10 inches off the ground, which is good enough considering this is air controlled. I am indeed building a rocket, Kush. I am building the Grasshopper. I do believe that is a perfect time for us to start moving into Arduino stuff. So, today, if I can get my box of goodies, Rooster Teeth box, I'm gonna attempt to get one of these Arduinos working, and I think this is the one we want. It is indeed. This is a Elegoo, an Elegoo Arduino knockoff, but hell, it's gonna work perfectly. It is an R3 version. Does this have a cable? It does, but I believe, nope, that's a different cable. I'll take that. What else? Let's not, why am I littering in my own box? Come on. Alright, let's get all that out. I assume this thing does indeed work. What does this lead to? I'm tempted Let's test it. See if it blows up. That's... What? Oh, that must be for test... Okay, that's Bitcoin tester stuff. Okay. I was like, why do I need a 6-pin power connector for this? So let's plug you in and see if you light up, sir. I hope the polarity is not backwards, otherwise this is going to be awkward. Don't normally do this on Arduinos, but there's a built-in 5-volt regulator that changes anything from, I think it's 6 volts to 20 volts down to 5 volts. It doesn't really like anything else, but does it light up? Haha! So it works just fine. Running off of a battery that I haven't charged for like 3 years. So let's not run that long. It might blow up. Let's not have that happen. And also, let's disconnect this because it's lithium ion, and let's not short that bitch out. As I toss it back into a box full of sharp components. So, that seems to be functioning. Do I need anything out of here? Maybe an accelerometer? Let's see here. I do want this ultrasonic sound sensor. It's a distance gauge. We'll be using that. Well, I put a fisheye camera on it. I will be putting a lot more than just that on it, trust me. I'll be putting a lot on there. This is a GPS board. Where is the little guys? That's a GPS thing, that's capacitors. Could have sworn I had them in small packages. There's one of them. I don't know where the other is, but this right here, as I probably try in vain to open this, as I look for a lighter, that's a terrible thing. Ta-da! Something tiny and sharp. We might have to do some soldering today, just a bit. That little bitty chip right there, focus, there we go, is a GPS, or not GPS, this is a gyroscope accelerometer board. And focus, you bitch! Right there in the center. Focus. No, you won't. Okay, never mind. I'll try possibly, let me not lose both of those, but try possibly to solder this together. I don't know if I want to do that on stream, because getting high and doing fine tip soldering is always a good idea. At least whenever you're well fed, and I am not. I am getting the L shakes, which is because I haven't eaten enough today. Alright. Well then we might not tackle the accelerometer today. Let's toss that back into its tiny bag that it'll immediately fall out of, and I'll go on the hunt for the other one next time. Which is probably why that one's missing. There we go. They're only like $1, so it's fine. We have that. What else do we have? This loveliness. There we go, because it's better than putting it on straight carpet. Not that I'm being very shock sensitive, I mean, honestly, I don't care. If I blow it from that, it's my own damn fault. This thing should, without a problem, boot up. What do you know? And you even hear the da-ding. It's working. Alrighty. So I'll look into that. It's installing a driver, so I'll just leave that. The lovely ultrasonic sound sensor. We can possibly try to program that today, but we'll look into it. I think it's a good idea instead. How long have I been going? 30 minutes. I think it's a good... Am I a programmer for work? Absolutely not. I have just done it as a hobby for 7 years. Ooh, it already got it. Arduino Mega 2560 COM7. So it already understands. Is it gonna freak out on me? Nope, it did reset properly, and it didn't go bloom, bloom, which is good news. There's a boot mode. I'm hesitant to say that. There's a mode you can put these in that if every time you reset it, it's like resetting the driver, and it's basically like turning it into a game controller. Oh, speaking of, as I stretch. That's how things like this are made. Little USB Nintendo controllers, they have little chips like this, which are usually covered in resin, but little chips like this that run program to convert the buttons into USB output code. And you don't want to be manually resetting the microcontroller every time you plug that in, so you put it in a specific mode that just automatically runs and resets the driver and everything else. I've done that before. I was trying to make a PS2, like, a legitimate PS2, like, not the PS2 mice and keyboard, like a PS2 from Sony. I was trying to make a PS2 racing wheel work for the computer, which almost worked before I realized that the racing wheel I was doing it for was broken. Okay, so we have VCC, we have the trigger wire, we have the echo wire, and we have ground. I have a feeling I'm going to have to get some specific wires to connect this up with. Let me go find some of those. Actually, you know what? I think it's a good time to smoke a bowl and do some modeling, which is what I was planning. This is already installed, so don't blue screen me. Awesome. As I pause and wait. Okay. Let me put my microphone back up with its like 25-pound base. It's always a good idea to use resin-coated fiberboard as your base for a microphone. All right. Let me flip all this over. You're not going to see anything, hopefully, to make anything look weird. Sweet. And I do believe it is time for some coding and or modeling. Grab a swig of water. Let's do this. Ah. Now I don't know if we're gonna... Ooh, before I do that, then let me move these things up. This is what I was trying to make, or this is what I'm making. And this is what we have right there on the ground. It may look a little funky, but I assure you, it is damn close. We still need to have the outer tanks on there, and I guess I could like print a Kerbal or something to stand where the cowboy is, but I don't know. Yeah, besides the tow hooks and all the stuff for making it vertical and putting it on the launch pad, I think we've got it pretty damn close. Hello, Ruben. Welcome to the stream. Let's flip on over our code, and time to smoke a bowl. I think we might tackle the piece that we need before we do code. I'm not certain. Do I still have... I do. Cura and SketchUp should be able to pop up on this stream. Sweet. Now I do have a little bit from my first bowl left, so I think I'm going to clear that one first and then smoke another one. What game will I be playing for Retro Weekend? I'll be playing Command & Conquer still for Saturday. I forgot today was Friday. On tomorrow, we'll be doing Command & Conquer, and then we'll be doing Zelda on Sunday again. We'll try to beat Zelda, beat Command & Conquer. Well, we're on the Soviets, so we still have to do the Yuri campaign. But I'll try to defeat both of those, and then we'll move on to other games. What games would you like me to play eventually? I'm gonna smoke. Be right back. Whew. That was quite resiny. I gotta love jamming out to the music. I know it's approaching Nirvana and it's like way overused on YouTube, But hey, I can't help it. I get to just head bobbling whenever I'm stoned. Wait, what? OV exaggerated scary what? Exaggerated, I assume? Over exaggerated scary screams on that game? On what game? On Zelda? I assume? Be right back. You must be talking about Zelda with like the zombies. Smoking! If my lighter would light. Alrighty. So first things first. Let me get SketchUp popped up. We'll go to the code eventually. But considering I would have to do some soldering for the accelerometer work, and I didn't realize that, and I have to go track down some jumper wires for the ultrasonic sound sensor, we should probably just stick to modeling. We'll be able to do it soon, though. That is a crazy... There we go. There's one extension ready to be updated. Just ignore it for the moment. Let me open up our program. Desktop, KSP, IRL. And here we go. So, these two I have not printed out yet. Big piston right side and big piston L side. There is a reason for it. Theoretically, if this was like a perfect printer or some shit, I would be able to print this object right now. From the way it's angled, I should be able to do it, but its overhang is further than it is going up. If there's a perfect 45-degree angle, we could print this, but it's clearly not. So, I'm gonna have to figure out how in the hell we either make that a 45-degree angle, or we have to remake this entirely, and I'm not certain about it yet. Can't wait until I get 1,000 subs so you can see me rip a bong. How much was the rocket? So far I've spent something, I'm gonna estimate in between $1,000 and $1,200 on it, due to the extra money I had to spend on printing plastic. It's not a kit. I've been manually doing all of this, if that wasn't apparent. Let me go in here, and Alt. We need to lock this onto an angle that I can, oh, wait, no. Bad idea. That's not angled properly yet. Okay, how the hell are we gonna want to do this? We're gonna want to turn it into two parts. That's pretty apparent to me. Okay, let me take all of this. Let me rotate it from this point so that we can get it to be flat again. Let me grab that same hole right here. Instead of getting a lot of subscribers, is subscribing a lot of people so far over 500? Wait, what? I don't understand what you're doing a challenge that a lot of people do not do. Instead of getting a lot of subscribers, in subscribing a lot of people so far over I have no idea what the context of that is. My brain is breaking halfway through those statements. Right here, get you. Let's get you. This is gonna take me a second, but you'll understand what I'm doing. You'll understand. There we go. Now this thing, can I delete it? Oh, I can. Nice. Now I it should be able to go like that and like that. And now bring these lovely circles down to here. And you up to here. Sweet. Awesome. Now, can I copy this? I'll place you right there. And we'll create it to make it look normal in just a second. This thing. How are we going to get rid of it? I guess the best way would be to delete the holes. Like so. Bring this all the way in. And then bring this out by like 1/16 of an inch. But then I'd still have to make it where I could print it from that side, but I think that's okay. I'm talking to myself a lot, but it's fine. I am slowly but surely working my way through this, and those did not copy the way I wanted them to. That's fun. Alright. I'll fix that momentarily. Like here. Delete the loveliness, and then bring you back down to intersect with this. Perfect. It's a lot harder to draw like 18 invisible lines than it is to just do those like 4 steps there to create a hollow. Delete and push the surface to there. Sweet. So those are now good. I need to make that into a solid object. How am I gonna do that? I assume I could do something like how far away are these? Midpoint, please. Thank you. Lock it to the red. How far away? 1/16 of an inch. I will take it. Let me once again do my lovely line maneuver. Oh my god, it's all solid. I fucked it up. Oh no, oh no. Then I go to something like offset. Offset it by 1/16 and get rid of that. Now I can easily connect these lovely lines, assuming I'm just gonna do it manually. If I had dragged those, it might change the line. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. And delete the excess lines. What do you know? The thing's suddenly a solid piece. It's crazy. Whoops. Let's not delete that. Alright, so that is now printable. This whole thing we can turn into a group and rotate it to where it actually is printable like so. Perfect. Could I play Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask or Ocarina of Time? I already did Ocarina of Time. And indeed, Kush, I've been doing this for a while on my own. Okay, so now we have to figure out how to make this printable. It almost is, minus this brick here. I kind of fucked it by adding that. We now have to print it from this side over here. And I'm not certain how we're going to do it just yet. What I could do is make a... Oh, this thing doesn't like me. Go from midpoint to midpoint. Assuming that's correct. Nope. Doesn't help whatsoever. There you go. That should be the center. Looks like it, but for some reason my brain is telling me that's not accurate. Let us see. Go to the blue line. It's definitely not accurate. From here to the blue line. Yep, so it has to be from the centers. Lovely. That thing's at like the worst offset it could possibly be. Then I wonder if it'd be easier for us just to turn it into a triangle then. Like if, let's not with that. If I take this, make a line, go from here, make a line. And then from here, I guess. No idea. Let's see if this works. Put it at 1/16. Fine, I'll stick with it. I don't like it, but I'll stick with it. Is that in line? Looks like it. We shall see very quickly. That's not fun. Okay, so we're gonna have to go further than that. Let's go maybe 3/16. That was a little bit far. Maybe just 1/8. What? How does what? How? It said 1/16 and 1/8, and I must have mistyped that. Okay, there we go. That's more like it. My brain was significantly broken by that. Still not good. Let's see, if I just do it from here. Go down by 1/4 of an inch and then go over to here. That works for me. Let's elongate this thing out. And I'm gonna have to do some weird fidangling to make sure that this thing works properly. Think this will solve it. Sweet. It's not perfect, but that will give it where it's actually printable. Hello, Bailey Program. This is Google SketchUp. I think it's good. Delete all guides before I just start wasting my time. And with that, turn this into its own group. Sweet. Lock on you. Just like so. And those extra lines thankfully get deleted? Question mark? I'm gonna have to check out where those came from. Lock it onto that and see if I can delete these extra lines and see if there are any extras now just floating around for some reason. We go into the model. Sorry for the flashing white and gray. It looks like it's okay. I think those are just duplicated lines. Zoom out. Sweet. So both of those should now be printable. The world's first stoner rocket? Indeed. Indeed. Okay, so let's make a component. Big piston. You know what? I'll just call it B piston. Or piston, because I don't really have other pistons. Piston, R side, and joint. Save as. We want to definitely save that into its own component, which KSP IRL, and that will work for me. Now this one, make component. Piston, L side. We're gonna have to get the measurements on these too. Where did my notepad go? It ran away from me. Everything I love runs away from me. Oh, this is R side, not L side. Wow, I was about to fuck that up significantly. R side shell. And I should be able to save as KSPRL. Nice. We will figure out the measurements in just a second. Let me go grab a piece of paper and also another bottle of water. I think I'm going to smoke another bowl when I get back too. If anyone wants to join me, please do so. And hello, Stevie-O! Weird. My spiral did oh, nope, found it. I was like, my spiral did disappear because I found 3 other spirals within the same range and it wasn't it. Found it. Alright. Let's get to the right page and get these measurements real quick before I forget them. Grab a nice pin. 12 people here? Oh man, well hello everybody. Let's get our length, width, and everything else. So this thing is gonna be approximately this is the piston R side joint, and this is, I guess it doesn't really matter, length or width because they're both gonna be the same. 0.8125. And same thing on the width. I can double check that, but it should be. You know, it being a square and all. It's not? Really? You break my brain. Did I somehow mismeasure the first one? I thought it was a square. Apparently it's not. Cool, I can't even do that right. Alright, so what is this ridiculousness? It is 0.80822. Now it legitimately matters what length and width is. Crap! Alright, so I guess... whole side. There we go. Figuring out a way to make this work. I just wrote my S backwards. That's weird. This needs to be point... I love the, like, light-hearted music in the background. 8.2. There we go. Now, what is our height? Ta-da! Let's get it locked to blue. What is the height? 0.9... Goodness. Weird numbers. 0.9792. Alright. Now that we got all that sorted out. Very strange. Let's do piston shell. R side shell. I should be a lot more specific. Awesome. And for all those who are just new, I guess I should kind of show this off. This. Nope, hold on. Why is it not? Oh! Well, that's interesting. Hold on. How much you want to bet the reason that this isn't working right is because this isn't in the correct position? Wow, now you can see what I'm doing a little bit better. Good job. Okay, so the whole thing that we are trying to attempt here is this. I'm going to try to make a 6.5-foot tall version of the grasshopper that actually flies and performs all the functions that a grasshopper does. With that said, this is what I'm actively printing and making right now, and dum-da-dum-dum-dum-dum. Give me a second. We're getting there. We're getting very, very close to this, so just bear with me and we shall have a full-blown rocket that does work. Let me go back now. I can't believe that I didn't realize that was so fucked up. I do apologize. That makes it where you can see what I'm doing a lot more. So, the piston shell, before I forget, I'm going to smoke in just a moment, but before I forget, length, width, and height. What is our length? I can see if the world is flat. Well, I know it's not. And I'm certainly not going to put a fisheye, a non-fisheye camera on it. Whatever. I'm going to put a 360 camera on the top. I don't know what you were trying to imply with the fisheye lens in the first place. I didn't get that you're trying to be like, oh, around Earth. It's the goddamn. I hate that stupid shit. I assume you're being sarcastic. If not, you really don't deserve to be in the stream, because that... You're an idiot if you don't believe the Earth is round. 0.808. Okay. That's a crazy thing to say. That's like so irrational. No, that's like the most rational thing I could possibly think. So interesting enough, it's the exact same. No shit. Okay, so 0.8125. Is that reversed on here? I guess it wouldn't really matter. It is. That's a bitch. Good sarcasm. I was hoping it was. Let's see here. Like, I'm not even gonna try to debate that. I'll just ban you, because I don't... Stupidity doesn't need to be heard. Oh my god, such a crazy concept. Oh, I'm pushing down the stupid person. No, I'm just... If you don't agree with the general masses on rational subjects, at that point, I'm sorry. I can't. They figured out that the Earth was round a long-ass time ago, and we now have, like, 8,000 satellites or some ridiculousness in orbit or something. You should... okay. Let's see. It's reversed for some reason, so it's very, very important that I get this specific. Hey, what's up, Tori? Welcome to the stream. So the whole side is opposite here. And it's 0.8125, and the other one is 0.8082, but I'll double check that. 8082, indeed. Now, what is the height? 0.7125. 7125. That works for me. Alright. Now, I have something I can officially print tonight. Well, I'm already printing. Right now I'm printing another shell piece, which will be done in a while. 2200 sats? Oh, I thought we had a lot more than that. Well, shit, now that makes SpaceX a little bit more ambitious, doesn't that? Like, they're gonna be... I'm way too stoned at this point to be talking, but it's also Cottonmouth that's fucking me. Like, I do not have anything to drink but water. I ran out of all soda and tea today, so I am fucked. Water does not help when it comes to Cottonmouth, because Cottonmouth is, generally speaking, caused by resin. Resin is an oil-based tar product. There is no way you can get oil and tar off your tongue with water. They tend not to mix very well. Ugh. Just a swig of water does help, but then it's like immediately gone in a few seconds. So should we go to Cura? Yeah, might as well. We'll just do this all at once. So, Ultimeka Cura! They found out the shape of the Earth because of the moon's crescent shadow. I kind of figured that, but I was trying to think back when they discovered the rough perimeter estimate of, or circumference, good job, perimeter, the perimeter, my brain, the rough circumference of the Earth, and I believe they did that back when they were just starting. Like, that was, like, I remember my Earth space science teacher telling me some story about that. I can't remember what it was. Something about how, like, some guy had to run or something. It wasn't that important that he ran, but the math was done on both sides, and they didn't want to say the math because it was such a crazy concept or whatever. I can't remember what the story was. I shouldn't be paraphrasing it because it's been like 8 years since I heard the story, and I only remember like a sentence or two from something that took like 15 minutes for him to tell. Oh, we haven't actually exported them. Let's do that first. Let's open. It's now called a piston. Piston R side shell. Yes. Cool. Now let's export this as a 3D model. That works for me. Desktop, KSP, IRL, and exports. Goodbye. I assume that story he was telling us was one of those bullshit stories that makes absolutely no sense, but placated all the students. But if I could remember it, I would tell it. It's bugging me now at the back of my brain going, what were the details of that stupid story that you heard one time in, like, junior high? Joint piece. Export. Now, if I wrote all this down correctly, this should work. Let's do piston, joint first. Is it actually there? No, it's there. There it is. It's just tiny. Okay, so let's make that crap. I need my phone. We need to do some... I said joint indeed quite a few times. How are the prints coming along? They're coming along great, Tori. The vast majority of this stream has been dedicated to that. Ta-da! Alright, so we have 0.8125 inches, 2 millimeters. There we go. Had to make sure that number was correct. 20.6, goodness gracious. 20.638, and write that down for this as well. Now, what is the other one? We have 0.8082, which is 20.52 millimeters. And the height. 9792. I wish I had my printer working still in the top right of the screen. It'd be a lot more entertaining whenever I'm doing math and stuff like this. I'll have to get that figured out. .25, 18.09. Alright. Got him. With that lovely little bit of math out of the way. X. Crap. Am I going to be able to zoom in far enough to see this thing? I am. interesting. Okay, so X would be the non-whole side, which is 20.638. 20.638. Looks correct, but we'll see. Now the whole side, let's take off uniform scaling. The whole side should be 20.52. What is it? 20. It's perfect. 20.52. What is the Y? 87. 24.87. That perfectly did it. Okay, so let's put this down like so. And then do something like multiply model, and we need 4 of those. Because 1 times 4 equals 5. I see you're using the newfound math system. Let's delete that. Alright, let's go piston shell side. I guess we could move it first to get it out of the way. See if it auto scales properly. So the Y is supposed to be 18.09. 18.09. Nice. We're gonna have to rotate this one as well. What is the X? 20.62, which is the whole size. 20.6. That's supposed to be 6.3. Aha! You're wrong! Alright, 6.3. No. The red one. No, the blue one needs to be 20.5. That's accurate. 20.52. Okay, cool. Take this, rotate the lovely bastard. And won't it be amazing when these things don't actually connect? Multiply by 3, because apparently that's how math works. Okay, so we have 4 of each. We have 4 of each. We are officially done with those pieces. All of those are printable. If we go into layer view, we can double check this.
You've been a naughty boy.
Oh, actually, they're not. Ooh, how are we gonna fix that? Oh, this is gonna be interesting. So the overhang is fine on the outside, but not for those little edges right there. Let me see if I can fix that. We're gonna smoke before I do, but this is our problem. This lovely piece right here needs to be fixed. I'm gonna smoke a bowl. Anyone out there wants to join me, please do so. Tori, I figure you're still at work, but it's always cool if you can smoke later. You've been working a lot recently. Oh, 2,200 active satellites, but only 6 to 9K of space shit and dead satellites floating around. Interesting. Well, I could always play like I knew that, but I absolutely did not. You'll rip one? Cool.
Naughty boy.
Time to smoke. Saying you'll rip almost reminds me like you're gonna fart. To me, that's a weird way of saying I'm gonna smoke a bowl. Just saying. Alrighty. Only got about halfway through that bowl, but I think I'm gonna wait. Smoke the other half after we get this sorted. Because my dumbass thought this was done. So let me take the whole part. Rotate it from here up 90 degrees. Like so, and let's fix this. Not quite certain how, but let's do it. I assume I can just go 0.156, so if I go further than that, let's say 0.22, sure. And then perfectly across like so. Take this. Does it auto line? It does indeed. Sweet. Now it probably doesn't even need these lines anymore. It does not. Alright, let's do that exact same thing on this side. Like so. Get the lines all popped up. And delete. And it looks like everything is properly hollow. Let's fill in this lovely and delete this. Oh, nope. Intersect with context or with selection, doesn't really matter to me, and delete that so that I don't have a problem. Sweet. Now it's printable. I knew there was a problem the moment I saw it. At least I didn't get to the point of printing it as I was about to literally click print. How the hell would that even work? I assume it would take a 2D image and then print the 2D image. Not gonna figure that shit out. Alright. Export because we need to re-upload it. Yes, indeed. Replace it and save. Now, these I have to completely delete. Oh shit, let's get out of layer view because it's going to try to re-render every time I do that. Goodbye. Goodbye. You thought a Beyblade let her rip? The piston joint. There we go. Aha! It's actually correct this time. Let's get it to scale properly. Sure, let's uniform scale it. Who gives? Z is gonna be 24.87. 24.87. If I remember correctly, this one does everything right. Green, the whole side is 20.52. 20.52, and then the red side is 20.63. The 20.63. Nice. Then let's multiply by 3. Ta-da! Odd placements that it's finding, but I'll take it. Let's move this in a little bit, I guess. Or not. That's not at all what I was expecting to have happen. Odd. There we go. Let's try to uniform them out a little bit more. It doesn't really matter. It just would bug the hell out of me if they're printing all over the place like that. Okay. That will work. All of those are now printable, and we can make one part of the piston. Let me save the file. Ooh, it's only gonna take 5 hours for that. What is my infill? Is it 20 or 50%? 50%. All right, that's fine. That's perfectly fine. Save as. Not to exports. G code it is. Piston. Oh wait, hold on. Times 4 piston R side. Cool. And now What did that just say? Oh, it saved as a 3MF. That's why I was very confused there for a second. Let's put that to G-code. I was wondering why there's only a few of them. There we go. Alright. Next. Well, first off, ta-da! We succeeded on another piece. We now have more printable stuff. Open up our next one. Big piston L side. Leg side, same thing. This one, not gonna be as easy to remake. At all. I'm gonna have to think about this one. A lot. Like, this is gonna be interesting. Alright, time to smoke a bowl and hopefully get creative. Hello, Tristan. Is this a game? You saw KSP IRL. KSP IRL, indeed. Kerbal Space Program in real life. Let me see if I can pop it up. Bam! In real life. The piece you see off to the right side is from the Grasshopper. We are very slowly building it. YouTube gaming takes 2.5 gigs of RAM more. Holy shit. Let me go back to SketchUp, and we're golden. I have it labeled as Cura. If I interchange SketchUp and Cura, that's why. Time for me to smoke. Alright, so how the hell are we gonna do this? We can probably start on the same basis that I did last time. Oops. There we go. Clear this out. Lock to blue, toss on the edge, do all the normal stuff. Do I have hidden geometry turned on? I do. Let's take that off. Goodbye, you loveliness. Let's delete that. Let's delete that. And we'll take you, move you up to the top. Once again, we're gonna want, oop. There we go. Lock it to the blue axis, see if it'll pop to it. There it goes. Perfect. All bueno. And see if I can actually copy it correctly this time. Now, those are holes that we can put a bolt through. Let's take all of this crap, like so, and move it. Yes, that's what I wanted to see. Okay. Is there anything that has to go in the center? There is stuff that has to go in the center of that crap. Is there any way I could make it properly do that? Just give me a moment, I'm thinking. It's probably not a good idea right after I smoke a bowl. 0.21. How far down would it have to be? It'd have to be something like that. Oh, that didn't work. It'd have to be something like that, which might work. I could always sand it later. I'm trying to think exactly how all the pieces work in here. I think that would be perfectly fine. Talking to myself a lot. Just give me a moment and you'll understand why. If I go from here to the midpoint, approximately, and then same thing from here to here, something like so, something like so. Theoretically, that's printable. I take that back. This is not. That rises more than it goes, or it goes out more than it rises. Damn. So close. This is a lot of little nitpicky stuff, and this I might not even need. If I can do this properly, we can print it pretty much all as a single piece. Just how would I be able to do this? Possibly by going from here to here. If it creates... It does. Well then, let's delete all of this crap because it's not needed anymore. Like so. And from here to here. And here. Sweet. Now from that line needs to be brought up. Possibly. I'll see how it prints. It might work just from the way that it's lined. It's so hard to tell. It'd be like this, printing. It might be able to do it. I don't know why I'm going through that amount of effort. Let's just, hold on. Random thought. Is that an extra line? They are indeed, it looks like. No need for them to be there. Can I do anything to possibly change that? Like so? No. All of those are their own pieces, and even if I cement them, it wouldn't work. That's not a proper shape. Damn. Is there any way for me to elongate an object to make it work? Doesn't look like it. I'm just talking myself through this, trying to see how in the hell we could possibly make this work. Theoretically, I could make the line a little bit longer. Have these connect to here. Delete these lines and see what I can produce. I doubt this will turn into an object. Nope. Didn't think so. Is there any way for me to turn it solid? Like that. That's funky. No. And there's extra lines in there. How can I possibly make these into a solid object where it works properly? It's so funky to look at too. It's like everything is reversed in a weird way. Delete extra lines.
It's delicious.
I feel like the best thing I could do is just try to attach to the end point from each one, and I don't think that's gonna properly work. Such a weird thing to look at. It might. That's actually looks printable. For some reason it's oddly concave, but fuck, I don't care. As long as it prints. It just did not want to do the polygons to fill that in. And that looks like it works. Delete you, and I don't think I can delete that line. Sweet. That has an extra piece on it. Whoops. Intersect with selection, and now delete that. There we go. That should work. Now we can figure out a way to make this good. Fuck, we still have to angle out that. Oh, that's gonna be a bitch. How tall is this? 1/4 inch. We need to have... If I start from here, another 0.12. Ooh, man. I'm talking to myself a lot. Just give me a second. This is gonna be interesting. Delete this line. I'll deal with that in just a second. Nope. You see? Shit. Alright. I physically can't do that. It makes it too small and too shallow. This is gonna be a bitch. I mean, technically I could take this and move it in. So let's say, sure, 0.05. That doesn't move it much. It still gives us how much of a gap in between these, the bolt and the back? 0.075, so like 32nd of an inch. That still should be fine for like a spring or something. Okay, now then, could we do this? I'm talking to myself a lot, but this is very complex to try to make this where it's going to print from the top no matter what. 3D printers don't necessarily like overhangs, and I can't blame them. Get rid of that. There we go. Now I can deal with those lines in a moment. Let me turn this into a solid object and then extrude this surf. That's not a good idea. I'll just copy it. A lot easier. From here to here. Fix all that stuff in just a problem. This should now become a solid object. What do you know? And it should, quote unquote, be printable. Can I move this back just like... Sure. Feel like that's not gonna work great, but we'll take it. Alright. Now I just need to level out the bottom, and once again we have completely printable objects. That one is a bitch though. Intersect faces with selection so that I can get rid of that loveliness. Do I have one in the holes? Nope. Sweet. Does this need to be here? I didn't think so. Alright. I'll take it. Let's do the bottom little bit like I did on the other one. I think I did it with the ruler. Works for me. Like right here, go. Nope, doesn't like to do that. Go from right here, maybe? Nope, doesn't like to do that either. Always fun. Can I get a straight line, please? No, I cannot, you lovely bastard. Alrighty, then. I'll do it my way. That should work. I feel like that line could be brought in a little bit more. Constrain it to that line. What about... It's not a good idea. Let's constrain it to this line. What about that one? That works for me. How far was that again? 0.2164. 64, got it. I do believe that'll work. Connect you, connect you, connect you, and then push the object to the other side real quick. Delete the hell out of stuff because it's not needed. Sweet. Get rid of this. This is going to require a little bit of fidangling on both sides, but hey, it's actually not that hard to do. Feeling that, yep. Make selection, intersect, there we go. Goodbye. And delete all of this crap. Oops. I do believe everything for that is printable right now. Oh, I should have gone off. Guess it doesn't really matter. We'll see how those print. That's gonna be kind of funky. I should have made that work. Why is this not turning into a solid object? There we go. I was gonna try to make this print completely upright, but it's gonna be at a slight angle. I'm talking to myself in like Captain Kirk stanzas here. Stanzas, what the hell? What a weird way of saying that. If I go straight down, that's what I thought. Yeah. Alright, well what happens if I then take that away? It's not too shabby, though it looks a little weird. What happens if I put a little bit of a curve on it then? I'm putting way too much effort into this. Good job on not paying attention to what the hell I was actually doing. 0.25. 0.25 and curve this thing out. Nah, not worth it. If I just copied this over, the idea for it, how hard would that be? Looks like a little bit of a pain in the ass. I should have copied it much sooner. Alright, let's go from here then. that work? Perfect. Let's then take this and go down. Like so. Move this over until we line up with you. Like so. Like so. And perfect. Rip chat indeed. I noticed that a few minutes ago, but I was just gonna ignore it. Maybe it'll pick back up. Maybe not. Probably not, if I'm being honest. It's a slow stream tonight. I figured it would be. That's why I have at the bottom of the screen, boring, because the stream is not going to be the most entertaining right now. That actually was not as hard as I thought it was going to be. Sweet. I do believe that's printable. View, edit, delete guides. There we go. Grab everything, grab it by this piece right here. Works for me. Perfect. All right, let's get our measurements. This is big piston left side, and the piston left side. We do not have two objects on this one. That took me forever, but it was totally worth it. To make it where this thing can actually print in a single object and not have any problems. I say as I should probably look over it again. Yeah, it's all rising just as much as it's going in, which is perfect. Or rising more than it's going out or in, whatever. That's exactly what we need. This will indeed print. I will take it. If we wanted to, we could even do something like this and go, goodbye, ugly lines. Doesn't really matter, but hey, why not? Get rid of those because there might be extra lines. Goodbye, tray. Alright, cool. So the piston side. L, W, H. What is our length? Let's say it is 1 inch. Cool. What is our width? 0.999. 1 inch. I'll just say. It's not really that accurate. 1.803. 1.803. Hell yeah. Let's export this. 3D model. Big piston left side. Just really has to be piston left side. Or leg side, whatever. Same thing. And all bueno. Let's open it up in Kira. After clearing out the objects here. Can I do this clear build plate? Sweet. Open piston leg side. I'll be done in just a minute, so I figured it's a nice ending point for the stream if it's gonna die down. It's been 2 hours anyways. Once we get to actually coding and making the thing work, that's gonna be crazy. But if I'm gonna do that, I should set up like a soldering station tomorrow. Or not tomorrow, Tuesday, Wednesday, whenever I have that set up. Ooh, you are here. You're just tiny. Hey, but it is correctly set up. So let's go to scale. Do I have anything that's already an inch? I should. 25.4. Ta-da! And that's not accurate. Why does this say 25 point? Where did I get that number from? Why did I say 1 inch is 25.4? If half an inch is 12.7, Yeah, I guess that's accurate. Weird. Why is it not oh! Our height is actually taller than an inch, isn't it? Our height, indeed, it's 1.8. Ah! I have my scaling off. Let's put this to 25.4. There we go. Now let's multiply by 3. Ta-da! And check to make sure it's actually printable. Move on down. Interesting, it's gonna like zipper it together. But it doesn't look like it has any problems doing that. Nice! Yeah, there's no red. Perfect. I will take it. Let's save once again. Save as... ×4 and turn it to G-code because for some reason it doesn't like saving as G-code. Ta-da! We are done. So I have these pistons I need to print out and bolt up, and all the springs coming in on Monday. With that, I think it's perfect time to end the stream. I'll do a little bit of a recap real quick. We'll go to the live camera, and I'll try to move my microphone over a little bit so you can hear me. Awesome. So, hopefully that doesn't fall off my desk. That would be awkward. We are this far already, and one of my compression things to fall out. We need to still put springs in it. We still need to do quite a bit more to make it where everything works. The piston we just created will go in here, right in between these two pieces. Sorry if you can't see what I'm doing. In between these two, and obviously everything else will be held together by that. So we are actually making quite a bit of progress. This thing looks amazing, and I am quite happy with it. So I'm gonna call it quits here. We'll do some programming and shit in the next stream, which I believe will be Tuesday or Wednesday. We shall see. With that, thank you all for being here, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.